I'm Dr. Uche, a practicing physician who's been coaching others to write and publish their biographies since 2013. The first autobiographies I brought to publication were for my dad and granddad, and those took more than 5 years and lots of mistakes. On this channel, I will show you the tools I use to perfect the process so that you can have your biography done in 6 months or less without the delays and mistakes. Remember to subscribe and share with your friends. Let's dig in.
Ooh, this one's interesting. It's an important decision a lot of us end up making in our lives. And believe it or not, we're often not terribly old when we make that decision, okay? This is something that is good to ask a parent if you're writing their biography to include in your story as well. And what am I talking about? I promise you this will be a good one. I'm talking about their life partner. How did they come to choose a life partner? Yes, that's an important one. And as I said, that's a decision many of us make, often when we're not terribly old. I mean, you have people getting married in their early 20s, and I say you're not terribly old because the brain only matures about 25 to 27. So a lot of people make this decision even before they've reached full brain maturity, or maybe a little older. If you're a professional, a lot of us professionals do it a bit later because we spend so much time in school. So I think that it is something important. You get to learn more again about your parents, asking how they chose a life partner. You may be fortunate, as I am, if it happens that your parents' life partner is your other parent, right? But there are people for whom it's not quite that straightforward. But whatever the case, whoever your parents chose as a life partner, there's a lot to learn, right? How did your parent end up choosing that person? What was the feature that stood out? What did they think was a reason why they thought they would make a nice team with this person? What were the similarities and differences, right? There are no two people out there who are ever quite the same. Talk less of people who often were raised in totally different settings, different families, and so on. There's always a little bit of compromise, right? We all have our unique aspects and we have to meet halfway. How did your parents make it work? Or how did your parent and their partner make it work? I think that we also learn lessons we can implement in our own lives as we move along on this journey of life. And I think that this is yet another little twist that is not automatic. If you don't ask, you probably won't have that information. Maybe you have parents who talked about things over time and you kind of heard snippets here and there, but this is something you need to sit them down and ask in more detail. I think it's really fun as well to include in your story. I'll see you in my next video.